Hi, I'm McKenna Kryling, and today I'd like to talk to you about the accreditation of zoos and animal sanctuaries. The article, Media Framing of Zoos and Aquaria from Conservation to Animal Rights by Lily Maynard, states that there are 2,800 U.S. Department of Agriculture public display holders, but only 215 of them have earned accreditation from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. That is only about 10%. This accreditation assures that zoos have the best animal care welfare possible, as well as veterinary services, conservation education programs, and conservation efforts. It also assures them they are financially stable, manage risks well, and have adequate staffing levels and high quality training for their staff. The process of accreditation can take about 8 months to complete and includes background checks, a multi-day assessment of the property, and a hearing before the AZA, among many other things. And this process is redone every 5 years. No negotiations. So there is no easy way for zoos and sanctuaries to be reaccredited. Unsafe Havens by Simon J. Williams states that zoos without accreditation are only held by the federal laws. The Endangered Species Act, the Animal Welfare Act, the Migratory Bird Treaty, and the Marine Mammal Protection Act, just to name a few. But these can be hard to enforce, especially if a small zoo is operating under the radar. The AWA is widely known as being weakly enforced. Ecologist Tom Morehouse states that tourists simultaneously believe wildlife care sites are well regulated and are poor judges of actual living conditions. This shows that with a few deceptive words, maybe using haven instead of sanctuary, certified or licensed versus actually accredited, visitors can believe a zoo is treating their animals badly, encouraging contact interaction with animals, or participating in unsafe breeding is actually safe. In turn, these unaccredited zoos will profit off of deceiving their consumers. And to be clear, animal cruelty is not just abuse or torture. It's allowing visitors to pet, feed, or play with the animals. Now, for those of you that watch Tiger King, you are familiar with a great example of this. Carol Baskin runs the accredited Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. She is held accountable by the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries to take quality care of her animals, remain sustainable, and provide lifetime care of animals that have been abused, injured, abandoned, or are otherwise in need. On the other hand, Joe Exotic ran the GW Zoo, which is licensed by the state of Oklahoma as a rendering facility, which in my research has shown that they are meant to turn waste animal tissue into usable materials, like turning fat into lard or tallow, not to actually showcase tigers and lions and have visitors interact with them. PETA's investigation there found that employees regularly beat the animals, and countless animals have died there due to neglect and unsafe veterinary care. The only way to solve this problem is tighter legislation. Now, Carol Baskin is currently pursuing heavier legislation regarding the care of big cats, but nothing yet has come of it. And as we've seen, as I've described earlier, nothing yet has come of the other acts that are already in place, as they're hard to enforce and widely disregarded. The only way we can help shut down unsafe, unaccredited zoos is to stop visiting them, and to instead donate and visit accredited zoos and sanctuaries. This is as easy as Googling the place you want to visit before you actually go there, and checking to making sure it's taking proper care of their animals and giving them living spaces that are safe. The article Creating Sanctuary by Ann Marshall shows that it is even better to see if you can visit a sanctuary rather than a regular zoo. Sanctuaries show rehabilitation of animals, and the animals there are usually there to live out the rest of their lives. AZA accredited facilities have contributed over $17.4 billion to the U.S. economy, and they've provided over 176,000 jobs. They annually spend over $180 billion on conservation projects and an additional $27 billion to research efforts in the wild. Sanctuaries actually encourage their local animal control officers to be more proactive and aggressive in animal cruelty cases. By choosing an AZA accredited facility, you know that you are not only supporting the care of animals you'll see that day, but of many more hospitalized at that center, in the wild, and other declining species that are not nearby. AZA accredited facilities in zoos and sanctuaries and even aquariums are just the better choice. And so I hope that I've given you something to think about next time you want to visit. Thank you.